Good day, everybody. I'm Kevin Hogan, author of 26 books that have been translated into 46 languages all across the world. Thank you. That really is all about you, and I do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Couldn't have done it without you at all. So today, part 2 of our series about social, and we're talking social media, social, not influence, but persuasion today. In the last video, we learned that there were 4 basic reasons that people go online and what they're looking for and how your message, whatever your message or messages are, how they have to fit into that person's brain. Okay? Well, today we're going to move into the persuasion aspect. We're going to get from the influence, okay, which is not general, but more tangential. Okay, next door, right? Influence of next door, right? Influence of why I'm here. All right, and now here is our step-by-step process, 3 steps, all right? So the first thing that we want to do to persuade people online is, first of all, everything that was in social influence in the first video. Second is reassurance and validation. Reassurance and validation, because remember, why do people go online? They go online to prove to themselves that they're not crazy. They go online to show that normal is defined by what they're seeing on their stream. Third is to confirm that their negative states of mind are real here, but there's other people that are having a really, really good life, and I could maybe do that, but I would have to be confident and reassured if I could. So therefore, whew, that was a lot of words in 1 second. Hope there's no editing there. Reassurance and validation is really important. And this is where we talk about pre-manipulation, right? Because I'm going online, I'm begging people to validate me, to like me, to click a heart, to send some kind of an emoji into their comments section. To not just comment with a like, Kev, but you got to use a heart. Come on, really? Yeah, you do. Oh, okay, well, I will. All right. All right, that's real though, right? You need that. You know, all they did was give me a thumbs up, right? People need more than that. You know that feeling and you've talked to people about it. So they want reassurance and they want validation, and that's why they're online, and they're dying to be told what to do. They're dying to be told that what they're doing is okay. They're dying to be persuaded to do something that will cause them to be part of that group that looks perfect or almost perfect. Wow, I want to be just like that. Okay, so that's reassurance and validation. Your job is going to be to reassure and validate people and find a way that is consistent so that it's typically not showing that this person gets a 10 but you only get a 7. Okay, you want to find, so what's the word that I try to use often? I use the word excellent on about 2/3 of my responses to people's comments when they are on, say, Facebook. I'll write down excellent because it shows that I'm validating and I'm not saying that Bill is better than Brian. Okay? So there are 2 different worlds online, and they vary a lot. There is the world of men and women, and the most important audience online is women. There are exceptions to this, and this is something we'll deal more in the Legends series, the Persuasion Legends series that I'm just about done putting together now. Men are different than women online, very different in their behavior on average. So women on Instagram, basically, they need pre-approval is what they feel. They want to be knowing that this is okay in advance. Would it be okay if I go and buy this shirt? Okay. Do you think that microphone looks good on me? Do you think I should have done my hair differently? How else would I do it? You know, but they'll ask in subtle ways. They'll say, which do you like, this better or this better? Or they'll put a photo of themselves. And by the way, women get liked 3-to-1 over dogs and 6-to-1 over men. Okay. So if you're a man watching this, you and I really, we don't matter. So that's true. 80% of people photos online are of women. Okay, humans, we take our pictures of women. Women take pictures of women. Women take pictures of themselves. Women take pictures of their dog and their baby, who is probably a girl baby. And this is important because when you acknowledge, you want to acknowledge that the fact that they are this demographic, that they're important. You're one of the most cool women I've ever seen in my life. Just like that. You know, something along those lines is really valuable. Women are liked liked, the thumbs up, the heart, they are liked 3 times as many, 3 to 1 versus men. And that's taking into account the much fewer posts that men make by contrast to women, okay? And then the way that liking works on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, it's changed. It's changed. You used to be able to do thumbs down, right, on pretty much anything you wanted, but you can't do that anymore, right? Because people only respond to thumbs up. They can only handle thumbs up. All right, that's fascinating, right? So this shows us how important it is to reassure and validate people. Now, when you're persuading someone, and you're in the persuasion process right here, but this process could be a day-long process, a minute-long process, or it could be a 3-month process, or a 6-month process. But whatever, these are specific steps that you're going to take almost every single time, okay? Now, next up, when people don't get that instant like rush that they're looking for because they only got 7 likes or 17 or 27 or 37 likes instead of 150, all right, they get very upset and they actually get resentful because they wonder, why did she get more likes than I did? Why did she get more hearts than I did? Why did she get more comments than I did? Why did he get better responses than I did? Okay? So what do they feel? What's the feeling? It's resentment. This is so easy to remember, right? So resentment drives human behavior. So this person who you see getting 13 likes, you know they are in that pre-manipulative state. They are begging you to give them answers. They're begging you to give them solutions. They're begging you to give them a product that's something that's different from mainstream world, that's going to be a solution to their challenge. That's what people are begging for. It's not just women either, by the way. This is true of men and women. Very true. We have put a lot into online world, right, into social media. So this is really critical. And you have to listen and you have to harness the resentment and you have to say, you know, because they're not going to say it in words very often, not too often, but they're going to say it with what they do in their next post and their next one and their next one. And one of the great things that you can say specifically is, wouldn't it be cool if everybody thought that way? One of the things that I say is, so say we all. In other words, when somebody says something cool and I see they're not getting a lot of likes on something or a lot of hearts, and I happen to agree wholeheartedly with the person's message of that moment, I'll write, so say we all. In other words, I'm speaking for everybody here. Nobody else does this, okay? Very few, all right? You do it. After the resentment has been dealt with, you and this person are now linked. And so now if the person wants to do business with you and buy your product or just buy your time or buy your love, you know, whatever it is, that connection with you, a special connection, this is how connections happen. You know, it's sort of like that so say we all moment, right? But say that they didn't get to me today and nobody said so say we all. And so now they have their 13 likes and they've just liked 50 posts all the way down. And now nobody's liked their stuff more, maybe one. They've been rejected. We all hate rejection. I hate rejection. You know, I hate rejection. I tell everybody it doesn't bother me. But when I see a bad review on Amazon, oh, come on, really? Can you do better? Could anybody do better? Are you kidding me? You know, pre-manipulation. Well, it's not, there's no bad reviews, but like if there was, I would get irritated. Like, come on. Like, show me a book that's better as far as sales, marketing, persuasion, influence than pre-manipulation. There isn't one out there in the world, nowhere. And so, like, I know inside, I'm strong on this, but I'm not as strong on other things. How do I look today? Do I look like I'm 40 today? Or is it 42? Or is it 38? What's the number? That's important to me. All right, so rejection is happening more than ever. We're rejecting people, okay? And when people are rejected, they're rejected, usually feeling resentment. The resentment hasn't been resolved, and now they feel rejected. And sometimes we're rejecting them intentionally. People are rejecting you intentionally. All right? So you want to fix those people, you know, and that's where you can be intelligent and say, sometimes you're right and they're wrong. They just don't get it right yet. Okay? Write that down. All right? People who experience rejection in life or online, here's critical piece, write this down. they tend to experience it more often than other people, by far. So once a person has been rejected, they tend to get rejected a lot. And once they have been turned away, they tend to be ostracized a lot more. This is so important. You are an inclusive person, and you are learning to include this person in your network, in your world, in your contact list, in the Rolodex in your mind. All right? This is super important. People who are depressed tend to select friends, more friends. Friend, right? Okay, makes sense, right? But if people don't respond to their friend request, wow, they don't feel good again. But you're there. You're there. If you can respond to somebody and put them on your friends list, you're going to make a connection that could be a valuable connection. Maybe you'll fall in love. Maybe you'll be able to sell them a product or service. Maybe they'll just happy to have a friend and talk to. Finally, people that have been rejected or are being rejected tend to be judged very negatively by everyone. Not just the person who is rejecting them, putting them out of their life, putting them out of ostracism, not pushing them. When one person pushes somebody aside, it becomes really easy, just psychologically, to help push them aside. Not you. You will be the person who has the life jacket, and you're going to throw them the life jacket, let them grab it, and let them come to you. Now, is all this manipulative? Because it sounds really manipulative to me. That's why I wrote the book Pre-Manipulation, because when people come in demanding, please, somebody help me, they want you to do all of these things that I've just shared with you and to understand all of these pieces so that they can be liked, cared for, and loved, and there's somebody out there that actually cares. Let's call it manipulation, because it is. It's in a world of pre-manipulation, and you're doing it on purpose to make that person feel better. Cool? All right, that's it, guys. I will see you here next time.